The Scrambler arrived globally in 2014 as the youngest offering from Ducati. It was a giant leap for the company that rested its affordable laurels on the iconic Monster series. But the Scrambler promises a completely different experience. With both motorcycles being young Ducatis, which one works out for you? We compare the two. The Ducati Scrambler is what they call a neo-retro motorcycle. What does that mean? It's a contemporary take of the iconic Scrambler built back in the 1960s and 70s. The new bike is intended to be what the model would be today if Ducati had never stopped building it. In contrast, the Ducati Monster 821 is a street fighter built for more power and performance on a minimalist design. The iconic styling largely remains the same, but the proportions have grown to accommodate the bigger engine while retaining loads of character.
It was in the 90s that Ducati introduced the Monster moniker to the world, and it was for the longest time the most affordable Ducati you could get your hands on. But while that baton has been transferred to the Scrambler series, the Monster has grown to become a bigger and better product, which brings us to the Monster 821. It is new, much better, and replaces the 795 and 796 globally. So how does the Monster fare in real terms? Let's find out.
The Ducati Monster was always a hooligan, and its latest Avatar 2 isn't any different. The bulbous yet sculpted fuel tank takes the center stage, while the exposed Trelli frame just underneath is a nice touch. Use it comfortably on the Monster with the wide handlebar falling right into your hands and the digital instrument cluster putting out all the information you need. The compact frame hardly makes you aware of its true size, which makes cornering more fun. The modern-day iteration of the Ducati Scrambler is extremely different, more so when you compare it to the bulky Monster. The minimalistic design is a winner as it portrays a sense of purpose. The purpose being fun. The round headlamp with an LED ring, bare bones frame, a single-port digital instrumentation console do make the bike stand apart. It also is lighter than the Monster, making it more aggressive at the twist of the throttle. And that's not a bad thing at all.
The Ducati Scrambler's got a curb weight of 186 kg. Now that's almost as heavy as a Royal Enfield Classic 500. But on this one, the weight is evenly balanced, so you don't really feel the weight. Now swing a leg over the bike, and what you immediately notice is a tall and wide handlebar. It's quite a nice position actually ergonomically. And the seat height, at just a little over 800 millimeters, I can plant both my feet flat on the ground, and that makes the Scrambler an easy bike to straddle for riders of all heights.
The 803cc L-twin Desmo engine makes a solid 74 brake horsepower and 68 Nm of torque and doles out performance by the bucketful. There is minimal interference from the electronics. The ride is a tad stiff yet comfortable, but the seat gets cumbersome after a few hours of riding. The Scrambler handles beautifully and for what it's worth will not shy from light off-roading too. Tires offer enough grip on tarmac and enough confidence on dirt. The Monster 821's Testa Stretta engine sounds enraged, just waiting to push the 110 horses and 90 Nm of torque. It has a completely different character compared to the Scrambler and is aimed towards a more enjoyable top end. The power band is wide, making it comfortable to ride within city limits, while things get super fast post 9000 RPM. The 200 km/h mark comes up easily, and the slightly aggressive riding position keeps you planted when the throttle is open. The suspension setup is stiffer than the Scrambler, giving the performance-inclined nature of the bike, and the 6-speed shifter is precise on every tap. Unlike the Scrambler, the Monster 821 is strictly for tarmac.
Now the Ducati Monster 821 is a street fighter, but with the electronics of a sport bike. So you get a complete ride-by-wire system which makes for multiple riding modes like urban, sport and touring. It is in the urban mode that power is restricted to 70 horses and makes the bike very good to ride in the city limits. But when it comes to touring and sport mode, you have all the 110 horses at your disposal, and that's when the bike is truly in its flavor. Plus you get 8-level traction control and adjustable ABS to control all that power.
Both bikes are targeted for different audiences and it's for you to decide which Ducati serves your purpose. At just a shade below 7 lakh rupees ex-showroom Delhi, the Scrambler is supremely affordable over the Monster and lets you lay back and relax a little. The Monster on the other offers overwhelming power and plethora of electronics, making it for the more evolved rider, but will set you back by over 10 lakh rupees ex-showroom Delhi. Both Ducatis though are head turners and fun to ride, and that makes them winners in our books.